Oh good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the...
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Still, I think they may be our only hope. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio.
I'm glad I don't have to stay in the car.
have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way, but that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't...
He was truly extraordinary. We all have our burdens.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
I haven't been called Puffskein Dunking once since you brought me that venomous tentacular leaf. I think I am actually braver.
Revelio. Revelio.
Sharp was in the news today. What this thing?
Safe flying!
Revelio. Hello. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to play a match?
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win. Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Precisely as planned. I'll remember that. Precisely as planned. Nice technique. Well, you are good. I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
I play by intuition, natural skill and all that.
That's been my strategy. I suppose it only gets you so far, though. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
Revelio. Revelio.
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Leave me alone.
You will not! Hadn't found ya! Let's get this over with, shall we? Rookwoods don't go down easy.
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake. You were dead!
Expelliarmus! Expulsory!
Bombarda.
Incendio! Would you be for Expulse!
Confringo. Confringo.
did you? Oh, what's the light? You're up.
Revelio. Revelio.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the Centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran?
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
What are you up to now?
If one more person asks me about her...
Mr. Haggerty, can you remind me what we spoke about?
I told you about my thieving sister, Catherine. Ran off with a family heirloom and goodness knows what else from our name.
What do you have for...
What can I help you with today? Thank you for your patronage. Glad you were able to stop by.
A pile of gold. I must be on the right track. It looks as if the thief took more than they could carry. Revelio. Revelio. More gold. I must be getting closer.
No witch or wizard will be spared.
Who's there? Afraid to fight? Wires and crap.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make. Heads of lettuce, those mushrooms were.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
Bombarda.
Back to the base.
Confirm.
I will make you.
Expelliarmus.
You want to go away with that? It gets clever.
Revelio. Revelio. Niffler. It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all. Revelio. That must be the Haggerty family heirloom. Revelio. Levioso. Revelio. Levioso. I wonder how Mr. Haggerty will take this news. His sister wasn't the thief, and his heirloom's coming home. Revelio. Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before.
Mother's rolling in her grave, she is.
I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing to unmask, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a Niffler.
What?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose Mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the Niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind. What a strange world we live in. Suppose they can't send a Niffler to Ascot.
Hello, nice to see you again.
You as well.
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today? Glad you were able to stop by.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio. Now, hey, Ashwinders! I'd better find a way around them. Or perhaps through them.
Fancy yourself? Incendio! Is it you that been covering Expelliarmus, defender! Oh, forever. Give it back! Expelliarmus, Confringo! Bombard! Defender! I thought you did! Just looking you
I see more courage in a poor finger.
You bombard! Confringo! Is that Expelliarmus?
Quite conductive, aren't we?
You're going to regret that.
Revelio. These rocks have seen better days. Let's see. Revelio. Confringo. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. These Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Knowing a meat, he's likely studied here. Revelio! Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder? Revelio. Confringo. Expelliarmus, defender. Petrificus totalis. Revelio. What went on here, I wonder? I hope the Ashwinders haven't done anything with Rococo. Where in Merlin's name am I? Confringo! Leviosa. Confringo. I should follow the track. There we go. Ashwinders.
Last time I
Revelio.
Belly was when Arthur Craig's pig went missing.
Leviosa.
Such agility!
More treasure. Rococo and mustard.
Pay for your deed.
Expelliarmus! Bombarda!
Triple nibble, Higgins. Notice you ain't wearing that stole. Ain't it great?
Expelliarmus! Your field Bombarda!
To your knees.
Damn you! Petrificus
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Revelio! Glacius! Leviosa! Descendo! Revelio! Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Revelio. These coins must have come from Miss Coffee's Niffler. Revelio.
Been looking for you. I've seen you use Expelliarmus many times. Won't work on me.
Confringo. Revelio.
You afraid to face
Glacius.
You're about to see me.
Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
You met Nora Treadwell girl, didn't you? You're about to wish you hadn't.
Expelliarmus. Confringo. What a dreadful run. Descendo. Depulso. Accio. Revelio.
Plenty of spoils in Cambridge. Man becomes who he is.
Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Descendo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Ah, more Ashwinders. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Expulso. Bombarda. Confringo. Expelliarmus. You're the one who pressed the blast. Confringo. Bombarda. Expelliarmus.
No, it's the one who took the goblin.
Confringo. That's the end of them. Now I can focus on finding Makoto. Nobody will believe I defeated an Ashwinder by myself. Revelio. 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 Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Descendo. Compulso. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. Revelio.